Why do we think about what we do? Why do we care about what we do? And why do we say what we do? These are questions that we constantly ask, but we never want to say out loud. Every one of us have these feelings that we don't know what to do with at certain times. It may be during a relationship, during a friendship, or it may even be during and dealing with a family member. It hurts. You feel that pit in your stomach that you just can't get rid of no matter what you do. And you're scared to tell somebody because you may even not know what's going on, or you're scared of what somebody may think about you once they figure out what is going on. I can promise you that you're not going through any of this in your life by yourself. My name is Kyler Keefe, and in this segment we are going to be talking about the why questions in life. Why do we think about what we do? This is a question that comes to my mind every single day, and it's also a question that I get every single day from a lot of different people. With talking about thinking about what you do, I'm not talking about making the right decision, considering what to do before you do it. I'm talking about the negative aspects of things. Why do we think about things that we know we did that was wrong? Why do we grieve over something from our past that we know that we shouldn't have done? A lot of people will sit here and tell you that you shouldn't have done that in the first place, that was your decision you made, now you have to live with this, that they can't help you anymore now that you've made that decision. And why for a lot of people that works, it doesn't work for everybody. It doesn't even work for me to hear that from other people. I look at the flip side of that and I say, okay, you've done this thing, whatever it may be, you can't go back and change it. So now what? How can I take what I have done and change that and make me feel better and find a better way to get over whatever bad that I have done in my life? The book of John continues Jesus' discussions with his disciples about anticipating his death, and it even talks about his promises that he made with the Holy Spirit and about the Holy Spirit. If you can imagine for just a second, the disciples are worried, they're afraid, and they're wondering what they can do to stop this terrible thing from happening to Jesus. They don't want him to leave them because things are going so well when he's with them. Things are rolling and really working out for them, and they can see all these pleasures and all these miracles that Jesus works, that they don't want Jesus to leave and leave that way. They don't want Jesus to leave them. They feel connected to Jesus. No matter what has been said throughout the Bible, no matter who shamed Jesus, who's going to hurt Jesus later on, they feel connected to him and really feel that bond, just like you would feel in any of those three things mentioned earlier about your relationships, a friendship, or even one of your family members. Jesus comforts his disciples in the very first verse of John chapter 14. It is so powerful for not only them, but for us to hear too, for us to be able to apply this in our everyday life. He says, do not let your hearts be troubled. And in just that first half of that verse right there speaks so much. Do not let your hearts be troubled. Now I know that this isn't live, that I can't see what you're thinking, or you can't raise your hand and say, yes, I've been troubled. But I do want you to know, if you're one of those people that you've been troubled, you've had to go through so much, I just want you to know that it's okay and that you don't face this alone. That I've been through this. I've had to go through it. Everybody has to go through this. Everybody experiences this. I feel the same way. I've spent many times wondering why I did this or why I did that. I'm a thinker. I think a lot. And sometimes it gets me into trouble, but that's just who I am. I used to have this dog, and I'll never forget her. She was the most lovable German Shepherd. She was gorgeous. She was so lovable, so energetic, and she just filled my life with joy. I was going into my first year of college, and I was going on this kick where I just wanted a German Shepherd. I wanted a dog. I wanted some kind of companion. And so for weeks, it started turning into months. I had begged my mom to get a German Shepherd, to get this big dog for our house. And she would always tell me, Kyler, you can't get this dog because you don't even know how to take care of it. You know nothing about German Shepherds. And so that became my mission. I said, okay, well, I'll find out about these German Shepherds. I'll learn everything there is to know. I took countless pages of notes. I studied so much on German Shepherds, not only on just what they were, but what they liked, what they did, how much they cost. I was so committed to getting this German Shepherd that I took down all the notes that I could. That way when I came to her and told her that I had everything figured out, that I knew everything about them, no matter what question she threw at me, I knew that I would be able to answer that I would be able to answer every question, so there was nothing that she could say that I did not know. I woke up early one morning. I went in there, I woke her up. I took her a page full of questions, full of notes. And she asked me question after question after question, and I was so prepared for every single question that she asked. And what felt like hours went by, she finally said, okay, Kyler, now that you know all there is to know, you can have a German Shepherd. She told me, you can have it now that you've done the research. You think you know how to take care of it, then you can have one. I think it took me a matter of 5 minutes. I had it searched online. I had the exact dog I wanted, and I had it in my hands. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I first got Zoey, when I first brought her home, after a day or two, I really wanted to take her back. I did. This dog was so rambunctious, and she was just a lot to handle, and I thought I knew everything, but I did not. I didn't know a thing. She was just a lot to handle at one time. She didn't want to mind. She wanted to dig. She wanted to pounce on the other dogs. It was a huge mess starting out, just having her around the house. But you know, the one thing that I love the most about that dog is it didn't matter how much that she had messed up, how much I was so angry at her, that I loved that dog more than anything. And that dog loved me more than anything right back. We were so inseparable. About a year into college, I had a lot going on. I was gone from home a lot, and I wasn't hardly there. And Mom had to really take that load of caring for the dog, and she started to grow tired of having to take care of the dog every day while I was gone. She had advised me that she thought it would be a better idea if we just sold the dog and we got rid of it. That way I wouldn't have to deal with it anymore. Even thinking about that for me was a really, really tough decision. It was something that was hard on me then, and it's still hard on me now. I had done all that hard work to get her, and now I was gonna have to turn around and just watch her leave. I finally sold her, and it broke my heart. Every day I would come home from this long day, and there she was, so excited to see me. She would jump all over me. She would be right by my side, and she would be there to listen to every single thing that I had to tell her every day or every night that I came home. I joke around and I say that she was like my rock, because it didn't matter who I was with or who I was around. I knew that Zoey was a huge companion to me, and I didn't worry about having all these feelings towards people because I had this one feeling for this dog. I would mess up a lot while raising her. I would mess up a lot of things. I get angry for a lot of things that I shouldn't have even got angry about. And it didn't matter because that dog still loved me. That dog was still there for me 24/7. That dog loved me more than anything. That dog believed in me. The second part of that verse says, "You believe in God, also believe in me." I know that this example is a little bit different, but it really shows that connection between me and Zoey and what we had. I still think to this day, why did I do this? Why did I sell her away that I was so happy? Why did I do this? There's an answer to why we think this for every situation. And that reason is because we are lovable people. Whether we believe it or not, whether other people believe it or not, we are lovable people. When we are around other people or animals, we start getting attached to them. We start building that connection with them. We start loving them. We start having this feeling for them, and we want to be there for them through every situation that they face. We don't want them to have to go through it alone. We can look at this situation as being called trouble, and God can help us through this trouble. And in fact, in Psalms 46, it even talks about God helping us through this trouble. In Psalms 46:1, it says, God is our refuge and our strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear. I was so torn over getting rid of Zoey. I was lost. I didn't know what to do. And the sad part is I never could find a remedy to help get myself back up on track. Isn't it crazy though, how we'll need some answer and how God will just like that show us that answer. He'll reveal to us at the perfect time what we need, when we need it, and why we need it. So what can we do? What we can do is one word. I'm gonna have it big up here for you to see right here below me, is trust. Now I know some of you may be thinking, I watched this whole thing just for him to tell me the word that I need to know is trust? Now I can understand where you're coming from, I see that, but we both know that it's a lot more complicated than just saying that I need to trust. It's a lot more complicated, it's harder than to just say, I need to simply do this. But I want to give you the opportunity today to be able to do this, to trust in God. I'm going to have 2 more talks to focus on the rest of these questions, but I just want you to focus on that one word today. I know that you have been through something bad. I know that you have been through a heartbreak. You're wondering, what can you do to get through it? God is that shoulder to lean on for you. God is that security blanket for your life. If you would like to start your journey today doing that and start trusting in God, or maybe you're hearing this and you want to recommit to trusting God. Maybe you've went through something bad and you're like, I haven't trusted God through this, but I want to get back to just trusting Him. I want to give you that opportunity to be able to do that today. I'm going to have my social media listed down below in the description box. And feel free to text me, to get a hold of me, to ask me different questions about what you're going through or what you're feeling. And I'd be so happy to sit down with you, to have a conversation with you, and to be able to help you through this struggle. With that being said, my next video that's going to be coming out for you guys is, why do we care about what we do? Until next time.